This week, before we move on to any more conversation practice, we'll briefly review verb conjugation because it's important to remember how to do. So to conjugate a verb in the present tense, first thing I want to do is set up my pronouns, and then I'm going to choose a verb from our vocab list, and that will be nadar, which means to swim. And it's an AR verb, so the formula is verb minus AR plus stem, and according to the formula, I've got to get rid of that AR and put what's left next to all these pronouns. Yo nado, I swim. Tú nadas, you swim. Usted nada, you swim, formally. Él and ella nada, he or she swims. Ellos nadan, they swim. Nosotros nadamos, we swim. And ustedes nadan, y'all swim. So those are all my stems. So let's try an ER verb. An ER verb is correr. Same formula, verb minus ER plus stem. So I take out the ER and I put what's left over here and replace it with the stems. Yo corro, I run. Tú corres, you run. Usted corre, you run formally. Él and ella corre, he or she runs. Ellos corren, they run. Nosotros corremos, we run. Ustedes corren, y'all run. So that's an ER verb. And finally, an IR verb, escribir. Formula, verb minus IR plus stem. So I take out the IR, put escrib with my pronouns. Yo escribo, I write. Tú escribes, you write. Usted escribe, you write formally. Él and ella escribe, he or she writes. And ellos escriben, they write. Nosotros escribimos, we write. And finally, ustedes escriben, y'all write. So that was a quick overview. Remember the stems. For AR verbs and ER verbs and IR verbs, they each have their own stems that go with each pronoun, so it's a good idea to memorize them. Here are all the AR stems with as, a, amos. And the ER stems with es, en, emos, en. And then the IR stems, which are very much the same as the ER, except for imos for nosotros. Now that this lesson is complete, I'd like you to move on to the Kahoot Conversación Part 3 and complete it in class.